Hi everyone, in this video we are going to talk about the process of buying an apartment in Hungary. Before we start, we are Budapest Real-Estate Organization. My name is Payam. We are in this business since 2012. Please check our reviews on Google and I hope one day your review will be there as well. When trying to find an apartment, we all use Google. However, Google shows the listing of the giant companies. There are other listings that are being published by the owners themselves and the smaller agencies, which can be very useful for you. The first solution is to try to find the local real estate offices and try to read about their reviews on Google. Another solution for you is to find a trustworthy and experienced agent who will help you regardless of their own listings or their commission. With an extra fee, that person can be very useful for you to find your suitable apartment. Just so you know, our company has that service as well. Read our reviews. Meanwhile, you need to know that the agents in Budapest mostly do not charge the clients for showing the apartments that they have in their own listings. So there is no reason for you not to choose an agent. But then again, always try to find the reviews because that is important. What type of apartments you can buy in Budapest? There are classical buildings with apartments that need to be renovated. There are classical buildings with apartments that are already renovated. There are modern buildings that are built since the year 2000 until now. There are newly built buildings which have been built in the last couple of years. Now you need to find out which type of these apartments are suitable for you according to your imagination for the future. A really good consultation with an agency can help you understand which of these apartments are suitable for you, which areas have what kind of apartments that you can be focused on. To get this kind of information, you can always contact us and we will help you free of charge. If you wish to learn more about the map of Budapest, check my other video that I try to explain the map of Budapest in a simple way for the foreigners to understand. So let's assume you actually found the apartment you wish to purchase. Now what's next? Always the buyer in Hungary will have to present their lawyers to the seller. Your lawyer's job is actually to prepare the contract. If you're a non-EU citizen, your lawyer's job is also ask the purchase permission from the government for you to be able to have the ownership of the apartment. A good and a responsible lawyer will also help you in other processes, such as your payment process or preparing any sort of power of attorney for you or your family members. Therefore, it is very important what kind of a lawyer you choose. The lawyer's fee can be 1%, 0.7%, or 0.5% depending on the services that the lawyer is providing. The permission fee is usually asked separately, and there is a 50,000 forints stamp duty fee for this process as well. Lawyers can also help you to find out other issues with the building, whether there is a debt on the apartment or not, or whatsoever. However, a good agent is also able to help you with those matters. Your lawyer will prepare the contract and present it to the owner or the owner's lawyer. After accepting the terms, obviously, you will find an appointment for the signing. You need to know that in some cases, if you're buying an apartment from a developer company, these services can really be different and the prices can be even much lower or even included in the purchase price. So in that case, always find out whether you need to get your own lawyer or not. For example, in some cases, you need to get your own lawyer because the developer company does not help you with obtaining the permission for buying an apartment, and therefore you need to ask your own lawyer to do that process. In most cases, you pay 10% at the time of signing the contract and 90% after your permission is granted by the Hungarian government. Now, in some cases, according to your negotiation and agreement with the seller, these percentages can change. What you need to know is that you cannot pay for 100% of the purchase price before your permission is granted by the Hungarian government. Regarding the payment for an apartment that is under the construction by the developer, it can be many different types of payments, but usually you will pay about 20-25% in the beginning, and then by the end, when the apartment is ready to be handed over, you will need to pay the remaining percentage. Therefore, many people choose that option because they will have time to manage the rest of the money by the time the apartment is ready to be handed over. Regarding these apartments, feel free to contact us. We have really good listings of the apartments being done by the best developers of the city, and we do not charge you extra for any of these apartments. The prices you receive from our company will be exactly the same as the developers provide. Earlier we talked about the permission. This permission is needed for any buyer who is not from EU countries, and your lawyer can help you to obtain this permission. It takes between 1 to 2 months for the permission to be granted, and in this period you need to be ready, because usually after the permission is granted you have a few days to fulfill the payment which is required for you to gain the ownership of the apartment. Documents that you need before buying an apartment. The owners usually inform you whether there is a debt on the apartment or not. You or your lawyer can also contact the building manager to find out whether there are any debts or not. You can also find out about whether going to be any renovation in the building or not. Another document that your lawyer or the owner of the apartment can provide is the energy certificate of the apartment, which will be needed before you buy the apartment. This process can be done by offices that can provide this service for you. Your lawyer also will get the property title deed to make sure that the seller is the actual owner of the apartment. Number 1. Buying an apartment with the currency of euro or dollars. This is not always the best case. In some cases it might be okay, but in most cases it's not. I suggest you to always make sure and do the calculation yourself to know whether it's a good idea to pay with euros or dollars rather than Hungarian forints, which is the local currency of Hungary. Mistake number 2. Generalizing districts. Almost none of the districts in Budapest can be generalized as a perfect district. You know, Budapest is a very safe city. But when you talk about somewhere that is not safe, it means that it just does not feel safe. Therefore, you really need to know about the street and the kind of feeling that it has. If you're unable to come to Budapest to check that feeling yourself, make sure the agent or the owner talks about how it feels to be outside the apartment in day and night. Believe me, it's very important. Mistake number 3, always trying to buy apartment in the center of Budapest and ignoring the other areas that are really under development. I have realized in my career that there are really good options that are not in the very center, but yet has great access to anywhere in the city. And the areas are being under development, so it's a really good idea to invest in those areas. Make sure you contact us and I will inform you some of those areas, and I'm sure you will like them. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you contact us. Our policy in this office is to be 100% honest. We are not going to let you to purchase the wrong apartment. Visit our website for our listing, and in case you don't find your suitable apartment, still contact us and let us know what you're looking for, and I'm sure we can be a great help for you. Have a great day.